welcome to another edition of The Naked Truth. My name is Ramon Roan.
My name is John Singletary.
And today we would like to applaud the National Urban League for its decision of having a diverse amount of speakers for this year's conference. John, you and I have had this conversation before about the importance
diversity.
The importance of African Americans having diversity in the political process. And I think that the Republican Party, I think they get a bad rap. What'd you say?
I think that at times both parties get bad raps.
Well, hold on, wait a minute.
Traditionally, most African Americans have been Democrat. But we've actually tried both parties, to be honest with you.
Right.
And neither party have come to the aid of the African American when the most serious issue is at stake. My personal opinion is now that I believe that the judicial system is the most serious issue. And neither party has come to our rescue in terms of making sure that due process and equal protection is given. I think that no matter which party you choose, that African Americans in the Republican Party, as well as African Americans in the Democratic Party, need to make it an issue, due process and equal protection. So from that standpoint, we need African Americans in both parties. Whichever party you've chosen to be with, we need them to push and make judicial freedom, due process and equal protection, that needs to be the overriding #1 concern for African Americans in America.
No matter what party you're on.
Exactly right.
But I think that when we're just focused on one party, since if you got 90% of African Americans claiming to be Democrats, and the Democrats say, hey, well, I don't need you because I know you're going to vote for me. And the Republicans over there, because they're being demonized as being the racist party, they don't, somebody, hey, look, I've been accused of being a Democrat, but yet, they'll call me all kinds of names, sellout, Uncle Tom, never to my face, because the overhand right might catch me. But nonetheless, I think that it's important that we have diversity, because if they're not going to do anything for us if we're all saying, hey, we're all Democrats.
It's just a good business principle.
Yeah,
if you're in business and you have 2 suppliers, it keeps your price down.
Keeps your price down.
Because no one of them is going to say, well, he's got high switching costs to go out and find somebody in order to now supply him. They know that they have competition, and the competition, unless the 2 competitors get together, the competition then allows in this case, the business owner, it allows them to take the full benefit of the competition and keeping the price down. And it's no different with party, in that when you have 2 parties, neither one of them particularly taking a look at whether or not the overriding concerns in the African American community are being addressed, and you have wholesale given over the complete power to one, then what normally happens is they discount the seriousness of your issue.
Right.
By the same token, people have to take a look at why join a party specifically or just for the sake of joining a party who is not also going to take a look at trying to address your needs. And so it's kind of a catch-22. Do we all go with one party that says, once we got you, we've got you? Or do we go with the party who says that, well, we're not concerned with your issues, and if you come over here, you're going to have to force your issues? It's a personal decision that has to be made, but just using the business principle that competition allows you to not only keep price down, but in this case, keep your concerns at the forefront.
Right.
At the forefront, then you have to consider both sides. As long as African Americans in both parties continually make sure that the priority is single-minded. And like I said, in this case, I think that it is due process, equal protection, and the justice system that that we're being shortchanged on?
Well, there's many things that the Democratic Party they're not doing that are issues that concern the African American community. If we look at the incarceration rate, we look at the black unemployment rate, what is being done about those? We look at our justice system, and we see that where are the black judges? And this has been a cry for a long time about not having enough black judges on the bench.
Throughout both parties.
Throughout both parties. But
right.
but here you are. We got 90% of the African American community, they are Democrat. But yet, where have the Democrat, and when the Democratic Party had both houses, they had the Senate and the House of Representatives, but where were the black issues being brought up? And I think, this is my opinion, I know we differ on this, but I think this, the legal immigration, the immigration bill, they want immigration reform. I believe that by having amnesty, bringing in people who have broken the law and making them now citizens, I think that's going to it's going to impact the African American community.
Right. You know what I believe. I believe that, hey, the more the merrier.
Yeah, I understand the more the merrier, but we're at a 17. By the time that President Obama gets out of office, we're going to be at 21%, rather 20 to 21 $1 trillion in debt, and I don't think that and that debt is constantly growing. It grows every day, and so by adding more to the rolls, I think it's not good for the African American community. I listened to some interviews from people in Chicago, Houston, and what have you. They're complaining about their resources are being taken out.
But the fallacy is that there's limited resources that has to be spread out. And you got a country like America where it continually generates and grows. Then to say that there's a limited amount of resources and those resources only must be allocated it's a non sequitur.
But wait a minute, but right now we're printing money.
Okay, you're always printing money.
We're printing money. The value of the dollar is going down, man. Yeah. Look, man, the cost of living is steadily going up. Matter of fact, and our wages, the average wage has gone down the last 6 years. And that more impacts the African American community than any other. And we have been suffering since we came here.
But we have not suffered just because of non-American individuals coming to the country. If we've suffered before that and we're suffering afterwards, then obviously they're not the issue. No, because we were suffering all before.
No, the issue is that African Americans, we have sold ourselves out to one party. At this point, one party, and that party have not passed laws, have not passed legislation that's going to help the African Americans.
Well, you know I disagree with that, because what was the situation when many African Americans belonged to the Republican Party?
Well, actually we were doing pretty good then. Remember now, you remember what was happening back in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
We were doing better good. We were very good then. We were in slavery.
So, hey, look here, look. We had Black Wall Street back then. You know, and so there's a lot of things. There are a lot of blacks that said, "Hey, there was a good time back then."
But on the whole, blacks are doing much better now than they did back then.
Well, the poverty rate has not changed. Has not changed in the 50 years since the war on poverty started.
Well, that's why I say that.
And the Democratic Party has been the leader in that war on poverty. But hey, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But you know what? That's what we do. We give our opinion. We give our opinion. Well, this has been another episode of The Naked Truth. Remember, please subscribe. You can help us grow, the Judicial Freedom Riders grow, by subscribing to this channel and also by joining. Right, John?
That's right. We have started a campaign to get 1 million members in 1 year. It started July the 4th. And at the end of that 1 year, we'd like to have 1 million members, and we'd like you to be a part of it. So, see you then.
God bless. Bye.